Okay, for now we will continue for part B for this question. Uh, the question asks to explain the effect of the omission under reference on the element of the accounting equation of net enterprise, especially about the net income. So, about the depreciation of office equipment and delivery event, who wants to explain what they know?
Okay, let me start. As we know, depreciation of office equipment and the delivery of van is expenses. So it will give a effect to the accounting equation of net enterprise net income. So depreciation must be reported based on how an asset has been used or how its value has declined. So if the adjustment is not recorded, the asset will remain on the books at the purchase price during the period of use. So if we fail to make the expenses adjustment in the financial statement, the expenses will be understated, the net income will be inflated, and the asset and also the equity will be overstated.
Oh, means that if we did not record the depreciation, the value of the uh, asset will be remain.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So for the second one, unpaid salary.
Next is unpaid salaries of RM 20,000. We all know salaries payable is a balance sheet report current liabilities account and unpaid salaries of RM 20,000 earned by employers but not yet documented in accounting record should be entered or record using an adjustment. Net enterprise must recognize expense that the corporation has not paid in this case, which are salary expense. The adjusting entry will credit salaries payable and debit salaries expense. If the adjustment is not reported, the expenses will be understated, causing the enterprise net income to be overestimated. Furthermore, the liabilities will be understated, while the company equity will be exaggerated. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Um, so anyone to add something? So execute, I think the meaning of execute is understated, overstated, or understated.
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 Mm.
So we go to the third one, the available balance for office supplies.
So I will to explain about the available balance of office supplies in hand was M300. So as we know that office supply is actually can be categorized as asset, right? But
Yeah.
once it is used, it will be categorized as expense. So definitely, when this kind of transaction will be omitted, it will affect the net income and also the accounting. So if the office supply in hand was RM300 was omitted, the effect for the net income is it will be overstated, and for the accounting equation for asset and also the equity also will be overstated, and expense will be understated as we omit the surplus expense, right? So that's the effect for this transaction.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Clear. Everybody clear? The others okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we go to the question D.
Okay, so the question D, I think I will explain about this. A total of RM 7,800 of the unearned revenue as lies. Unearned revenue is a liability, which it can be defined as an advance receipt that net enterprise deserve before providing any goods or and service. If there is any omission regarding this transaction, definitely it will give impact toward net enterprise on their net income. and accounting equation. Firstly, it will impact liability or of net enterprise, where it can be overstate for RM 7,800. Then the other element like net income, equity will be understate also. Hence, the adjustment should be made to correct these omissions. So that's all from me.
Anyone else want to add something?
No.
I think
Oh,
everything
no.
is clear.
Everything clear. So for the equation, I think I will explain a little bit for the insurance, 40,500. They explain that insurance has been already expired. So insurance equal to prepaid insurance. Because prepaid insurance refer to the insurance premium that are paid in advance. So the amount expired prepaid insurance is transferred from the current asset account prepaid insurance to the income statement account. So when the insurance expense as the sum of prepaid insurance expired, they will affect the accounting equation and net income of net enterprise. So for the question, say about the sum of 40,500, the will be overstated. The asset will be overstated and the equity also will overstated for the amount that expired. In addition, the journal entry of the statement are to credit the asset account and debit an expense which will increase the insurance expense.
Yes.
Anyone
Okay,
want to add?
I think that is clear.
Clear.
Yeah,
So
clear.
we go to the next question about the billing department.
Okay, for this question, so the department forgot to send the invoice to a customer, which is the total is 24,400. Okay. When goods or service are provided prior to the end of the fiscal year, the adjustment of account receivable is needed. Okay, from the statement, it shows that it has not been billed out. Therefore, net enterprise need to add 24,400 in the account receivable as it is recognized as an income earned. So, if no adjustment are made to the account receivable by net enterprise, it will have an effect on the accounting equation and the net income of the business as the revenue, net income, asset and equity of net enterprise will be understated respectively.
So the conclusion, the next all of the term will be understated. Okay.
Yes, because of the forget to send the invoice, so it will affect the account receivable.
Mm. So for interest revenue,
Okay, for the interest revenue of RM 15,800 was not recorded. So in the balance sheet, interest revenue was classified as current asset. It is the revenue generated by a company's investment or debit service or debt service. According to the accurate foundation of accounting, a company must record interest revenue even if it has not yet received it. Meanwhile, under the cash foundation of accounting, interest revenue is only recognized when the business receive a cash payment of for interest. As a result, the RM 15,100 adjustment to interest revenue must be reported because it affect the amount of asset on the balance sheet. This is because if we just not make the adjustment, the revenue, net income, asset, and equity will be understated. Okay, that's all.
I think about the interest is clear. So we go to the last question for part B.
Okay. For the last question, which is suppliers invoice amounting to RM135,000 were misplaced and are only recently discovered. So basically, we know that supplier is a liability. So the impact of this omission of the transaction will impact the net income, expenses, equity, and also the liability. So basically, net income and equity will be overstated, and while expenses and liability will be understated. I think that's all for the last question. Any question?
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Judges, okay.
Yes.
I
Okay, okay.
think we have finished for part B. Okay.